because there's no enough time, we still have 2 left. But guys, you need to understand. I want to ask Dr. Asue now, sir, if we request to bring you back again to Naija Watch, hope you will grant our request.
Yes, it's just to find the time. But I promise you, I'll try and make out time. I'll talk to my guys. We'll try and make out time. I've enjoyed being on your program. Honestly, I've enjoyed the questioning. I've enjoyed the reasoning. I've really enjoyed it. And I think I've been able to express myself and reach a wide audience. So it's good for me. So I'll look through it and I'll come back. I promise you. And then you have Elvis. I have a bias to you anyway. You know, you're my leader's son. You're my leader's son. So I have a bias towards you, being my leader's son. So
I never wanted to mention that, sir.
No, you're my leader's son.
I don't wanted you to know me as Elvis. That's why I was trying to cover that side of it.
You have exposed me, so let me expose you too. So you're my leader's son.
No, you should not.
Anyway, but seriously, yeah, we will. I'll definitely find time to come back. It may not be for a while because we're now getting the serious business of once they lift the ban on campaigning, we're going to go full blast into campaigning because we have to work hard to ensure that the people of Edo State understand what we're about, what we're bringing to the table, and that commitment and love for the state. And we must sell ourselves totally. As far as I am concerned, this is a project that it's no holds barred, and we must effectively put all the issues on the table and explain to the people of the state how we will deal with these issues, resolve these issues, and truly move us into a first world state as soon as possible. You know, so because of all of those commitments, but we'll work something out, I promise. Okay.
All right, my co-moderator has something to tell you before you go. Go ahead, Augustine.
My own is a vote of thanks.
I fear your co-moderator pass you.
Please don't fear me. Please don't fear me. Anyway, thank you, Dr. Asue Ighodalo. My vote of thanks is, my comment is made just like a vote of thanks. You know, like I promised you, the overriding interest here is public interest. All the questions you can see is about Edo State. Nothing is personal. We want Edo State to be number 1. It's as simple as that. It's all the interest we have for Edo. That's why we are here. In fact, whoever wins, Edo, both home and abroad, I assure you, we like to participate. Government will now be government of Ndibona or Hazurume. That is everybody's government. People will be available, talent everywhere in Edo State, home and abroad. They are waiting for whoever the Edo people elects as governor. So if you are lucky to be elected, then you have a lot.
I'm going to take you up on that. So you've told me that talent won't be the issue. So I'm going to take you up on that because that's from
yes. Edo people have talent all over the world. You know that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So what I'm coming from is that they will be ready to come back home. I don't want people to tell me they have talent and they're in Dallas and they're not ready to come back home. Okay?
They will.
So I want that talent to come back home. So I want that you guys have been asking me for commitment all night. So I'm asking you for commitments too. So if I point at you and I say, you, sir, I need to help in this area, please give up everything. Give up everything the way other people have given up everything to help our state. Please be prepared to do so. Okay?
On one condition, transparency and accountability. We will do it.
I think that's what we'll be talking about.
Transparency, accountability. Okay.
That's what we'll be talking about all evening. And we're not far from it. We're not far from it. And that's what we'll be talking about all evening. Yeah. But I'm glad that you guys invited me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Asue.
I truly appreciate this. Thank you, guys.
We appreciate you, sir. May God bless you. Have a
God bless you. You too. Have a wonderful evening. And I thank everybody that's in on the show, that's coming on the program. I thank you all wherever you are. God bless you, and thank you very much. And have a wonderful afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are. Thank you.
You too.
Thank you.
Good night, sir. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I want to quickly address something before we move on. You know, some of you on the comment section saying that they called to Niger. I deliberately did not call even our Edo son, Mr. Oduwa, because we don't have the time. Because if I leave only to Niger out, Unafoti say he was stereotyped. I did not call Mr. Oduwa. So please, Mona, correct that. It was not to Niger on the camera throughout. So I supposed to call him first. I did not call. I deliberately did not call him because I was working with people. Even when Give Us Amanda were complaining on the private chat that is the first. Everybody knows the first. I deliberately reshuffled it. You know, if you see and say for this panel, now only Madam Luke be the only woman that came in. At least she's supposed to speak. You people should understand now.
Thank you, Mr. Elvis. Just since the show is still continuing, allow them to talk and say what they wanted to say. Thank you.
Exactly, because they are still listening. Yes, he's still going to come again. Please understand with me. Look, a lot of people called in. I only picked 3 calls or so. It's not easy. And I was being attacked continuously. Please understand with us, my people.
Manager Watch. Can I give a just one suggestion for those of us that
okay, go ahead. Because I want me to Naija be talk to her because the team has
I mean, just for those of us that couldn't speak right here, we should indulge to put our set on so that we can call in. That might be an easy way to pass it.
No, even the call in, I could not pick calls. We received more than 300 calls today. I could not.
I have a different suggestion. Thank God, Dr. Ighodalo giving a promise, but time factor, he will come back. Anytime he comes back, if 2Naija is here,
I will prioritize the people that could not see. Exactly. You know, someone like 2Naija will be the first, Mr. Oduwa, and many people that called in, I could not pick your call. Because I know some people will castigate me from tomorrow now. There's nothing deliberate here. I was just trying to do my best. Even me myself that's supposed to anchor the show, I was being attacked. You guys saw it. I was surprised. I was attacked continuously. I don't know who was doing that. Please understand with us. Please. 2Naija, please pass your message. The team are still listening.
Greetings. Thank you for having me, Naija Watch. I didn't even see any of the messages because I was just listening to what he was saying. Greetings to everyone on the panel, the chat, and to the viewers. What I wanted to ask him was that there was a sense of urgency regarding what needs to be done, and then when he was talking about security, he could have highlighted the need to take on more manpower. However, the thrust of my question would have gone towards Edo State itself, because Edo State historically has been one of the most advanced areas in Nigeria. And when I hear them talk about Edo State today, it seems to be like an agrarian society where they want to do agriculture and, you know, have a few businesses here and there, and that's it. And the question I wanted to ask him was that when he talked about bringing Edo to a first world state, what are his strategies? Is he looking to bring in manufacturing that is being done overseas to his state so that they can start actually doing some serious technological manufacturing in that state? Because Edo State used to manufacture guns. They didn't scale it up. That is why the British came and took everything they say from them. So that is what I wanted to ask. Where did that dream go?
You see, even before you pass your question, people are already saying on the comment section, say, now security question, like 2Naija will ask.
Yeah, they're assuming that it's security. But he talked about security as the most important, but the only area I would have highlighted was that he should think about manpower, because every time they talk about technology, the most advanced technology in the whole universe is human beings. And you leave them without being jobless and being in secret societies. But I knew he prioritized security. He talked about it first. I don't know whether it was just a kind of lip service. So I would have said
that you are right. You are right. It's just lip service.
Okay.
And that's my concern.
Just a minute on this. Recently, you know what happened in Israel. There were not enough people to match that missile that came in. If not for advanced technology, yes, we need more power. But we need advanced technology to help us.
Israel has the highest manpower.
My brother, you want to advance technology with about $75 million debt.
You are talking about technology. Israel uses 7% of its population in its military. Just military alone. Not to mention police.
All right. Please, let's quickly.
We use 0.1%.
Mr. Oduwa.
That statement is incorrect, 2Naija. It is incorrect, okay?
What is incorrect?
Israel, when you say Israel has 7% of our population Mr.
Yes.
Elvis, please, overpopulation as a military member of the military
Yes,
force.
they use
whatever.
them.
Is this standing military force? What stops Nigeria from creating a reserve?
We don't. That's the point I'm making. Reserve is still part of the military.
All right.
Nigeria is
Reserve is military. Reserve is fighting right now.
Hello, can you hear me? Please, we'll continue with this. We will not change this topic now. They go Israel. They go Yugoslavia. Mr. Dua, please, can you pass your message?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for your understanding.
But the message now is nobody to respond to it because
no.
I heard him talk. Hello, I know, I'm aware. I said he has other time to catch up with, so I'm aware. Despite the network and everything, so I'm not. What I have to say is, because when Sister asks of passion, the way he respond to it, I was not satisfied. I was very, very disappointed because he has to make what we do call ituma or iguma. I wanted to ask how many years the person supposed to work before a patient? Is it 4 years or 8 years? Because that is for Alex OT and patient something. Because he said the patient will still be there, but he only is too big. So that was one. Then the second thing is talking of mechanized farming. How is it going to be carrying Edo people along with those mechanizing somethings? Is it will the government provide administrators that will make people to do mechanized farm, or is just messy?
All right, Mr. Dua, thank you. I guess your network failed there, but that's fine. Let me quickly pass this on. Oga Prince, we know you're on the backstage. I will remove myself for you to come in so that we can discuss this all further. I want to appreciate every one of you that joined us today. It was not easy for me to manage this, most especially with all this attack that were happening. But thank you for your understanding. I don't want to be beaten for this, most especially for those of you I could not pick your calls. It wasn't deliberate. I didn't plan anything with anybody. I just invited him, and he's here.
Don't worry, CM did a good job of shadowing you. So
Exactly. I'm so happy that Oga CM was there. If not, Dr. Aswe would have just been left alone on the screen. But I want you guys to know that at least we still managed to catch up to 90%. I appreciate every one of you. Yes, we are looking forward. One of the remaining two, like I said, I beg, if your candidate is not part of the three front runners, none of two versa, I know they mentioned the name. Yes, I'm just focusing on the three right now. One of the remaining two, I've promised sometime next week, but we are still trying to cement that. If that is sorted out, I'll also pass the announcement here a day before. I don't want to do a week before anymore, or day, because disappointment can happen then, So yes, if that happened, then I'll let you guys know that another candidate is coming, one of the three, So exactly what we did today is what will happen when the next candidate comes in. We are not biased on this platform at all. I don't communicate with them to mention my father's name. I was even surprised that Dr. Aswe exposed me just now. It's not my will. I didn't. He did his own research. It's not me, because I told him Elvis. I ended it there. I deliberately refused to put my father's name. And he did the research, and he get to know that, yes, my dad is his leader. And apart from that, I've told you guys before, I don't have anything to hide. For those of you that might want to castigate me over this tomorrow, I've told you guys before that my dad is a chieftain of PDP. He's one of the people that make decisions of all those things there. And, he's my lovely father. But I choose to support Peter Obi. If not, I would have been supporting Atiku. So it's not about the party. It's about the person. So that's what I'm doing. So please, you guys should understand that if you are joining us for the first time, you've not heard this from me before. I've been saying it, and some people can testify to that. I've been saying it on this platform for so long that, I'm a son of a politician. a shifter in PDP. I've said it so many times.
But
Please,
that
I
is
don't want to
Nigeria Watch. That is quite brutal, because you spend almost every day here talking about all the other parties are satanic. So you mean you have a family member in that party and you are man, that's quite cold. I must say.
No. Of course, I call PDP satanic every day here. And my dad is a chieftain of PDP. Yeah, so I don't care. And like I've said before to Nigeria, I have my own life to live. I love my father so much. He loved me so much. My mother loved me so much. She's here with me every day. I just have my life to live, and children should be given the opportunity for them to live the kind of life they want to live. So that doesn't have anything to do with anything. I supported Peter Obi with all full chest. I will never deny him. Unfortunately, I was denied, but I will iron that prospectively, not today, not now. But still, I want people to understand that I want a better Nigeria. If Natu Nigeria be the person who I believe that can give me that better Nigeria, I'll start advocating for him. If now F. Emmanuel, if now Oga CM, I'm not going to support somebody based on nepotism or favoritism because we are from the same family. I've never lived that kind of life. I want you guys to understand this with us. Thank you very much for every one of you that understand. I want to appreciate all of you that passed your question today. Now, God will bless all of you now. You guys were so respectful, both those of you that called in as well. Thank you, Madam Luke, for praying for Dr. Asue. And I want you guys to repeat and replicate the same thing when another candidate come. Not probably I say, another candidate come now. Today, everybody was so nice. Yeah, then now can't they who start to that one? I will not allow that. So Dr. Asue don't do your own now. So let's see the next person that's coming next week. Now, God will bless you now. Please, I'll leave the floor for you guys to manage so that I'm removing myself temporarily because I have somebody on the backstage so that the person can come in. Let me give us a mandate back on my spot for now. Oga Prince, I will see how I can create another spot for you, but let me give us a mandate in for now. Thank you, my people, and God bless you now. But I'm still here with you guys. Thank you.
Madam Luke. Madam Luke, can you speak because you just came in and after you two Nigeria go ahead.
I can speak. I can speak. I'm very live. I can speak.
Jan, go ahead now so that
okay.
Two of you are the people. Two of you are just came in. So,
but sorry, maybe before she speak, can we just probably do this way? Now, based on what we engage with him today, can we just do like a maybe
we are
going
to analyze everything that you said now?
Yeah, maybe just do that. So, Madam, look, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I heard everything he said, and I'm going to go in the line of Mr. Alex and Madam Rita. They were very guarded in what they wanted to say, but I thought to myself, I said, there is nothing I have not heard from politicians. And it is my belief that they don't have conscience and they don't have hearts. So after all the talking, I didn't want to ask what you're going to do for me. It's for me now to beg and say, please, you need to take Edo people like your people. And that whatever God we worship will touch your hearts to treat the people that you say you're serving like you really love them and your own people. That's all I can do because we can talk. This is PDP. We can talk from here to tomorrow. APC is APC. PDP is PDP. So what is going to be? I don't know what the change is going to be. Am I hopeful? That's $1 million question. So I don't know what's going to change, but I'm only looking like for some kind of intervention now. For like when somebody goes there, and he made a statement that from what somebody can do, you can tell from his what he has been doing before. And I was like, well, the question I wanted to ask him was, what exactly is going on with the educational sector in Nigeria? Because from my own school where I went, it's deplorable. Why is it that education is constantly neglected and people who are there are not held accountable to these things? So, my people, I don't have anything to say or analyze. It's for now to just start begging whatever we can beg for people to touch these people's hearts. Because, like I said, they don't have conscience and they don't have hearts. It's
But Madam,
something that yes.
Sorry to cut you. But 1 to 10, the feedback that you hear from him, what rating can you give?
In terms of what? Talking or speaking?
Based on what the question you had, people ask him, and then the feedback that he gave, 1 to 10, what can you say?
I would say 0. Because this is rhetoric.
That's a tough one, Madam. Look.
See, it's all talk. And because it's PDP, we've heard these things before. Gele Port, Road, we've heard all these things before.
Madam,
okay,
look,
do you think
I support you because anybody can come and speak English.
And talk. So I was not into the talking.
Yeah.
It was good,
Okay.
it was prepared, it was talk, but like I said, even if the next person comes, I will give them 0.
Okay, and a follow-up question that I will probably ask you is, do you think from all of the feedback I provided, do you think is in any way different from Obaseki? And then
Absolutely not.
Okay, do you think it's going to be? I mean, your prayer when you were praying that prayer, honestly, I was trying to honestly align my brain after that.
Give us a mandate.
Yes, sir.
Sorry to interject. Even if it is you, wouldn't you sell yourself? Wouldn't you project yourself?
It cannot be me, Mr.
I'm going to give an example. It's normal. Every politician does that.
Let me say this briefly. I listened to him closely, and first of all, I think he's a good marketer.
Of course.
And he's very good at what he does. Though he was deflective when he said that you can only determine someone based on what he has done in the past and use that, to judge him or to assess him.
He practically shot himself in the foot. When
that is not correct. And the question I asked him specifically, if he believes in that it is based on what you have done in the past, you can use it to assess what someone will do, then I think you should be able to tell us now those people that you also have worked with in the past that
And what you accomplished, right?
And those people. For example, he talked about agriculture. You can come up with 3 or 4 names today to the Edo people. 4 names. You are not bound. You will now choose from any one of them, because those are people that you have worked with in the past, so you know the antecedent. It is from this pool of 4 individuals that one of them will come out, because the game now is that if you leave that till the end of the process, it is status quo. It is business as usual. You are now going to sit down. They will be seconded. They will send you names. Names will come from the chairman of the party. Name will come from the former governor of the party. Name will come from wherever across the board.
Yeah.
And
Mr.
then
Jonathan.
you will now mix excellence plus mediocrity together. The answer is mediocrity.
Mr. Jonathan.
And to add to what you're saying, PDP will always be PDP. APC will always be APC. The only reason we're seeing Alex Oti because he came with a new anointing, a new cloak. So I'm not expecting a frog to give birth to a snake. So that is why I'm looking for divine. I'm looking for any kind of anointing oil to touch their hand.
But Miss Madam, that's why I say amen to your prayers.
Yes,
too,
so that at least then we can have a pleasant surprise, so that it will touch their hearts. That's the only thing I can do now.
But I must say this also upfront that I like the man. I like Asue Ighodalo as a man, as I like the guy. And it is someone that when I look myself, what I do, what I've done in the past, what I'm doing, is someone that I can work with. On a personal level, looking at him nearly 2 hours.
Okay. Can I take you up? Can I quickly take you up on that? So if you say he's a man you can work closely with. Now, so I asked my question, and then you asked a build-up question to it. I mean, I was telling Madam Rita on the comment section, she probably spied my notes I have a list of questions. Now, so if you say you can work with him, the reason why we are where we are today, where we are today in Edo State, is the fact that Obaseki, I'll keep saying this, Obaseki would have been the best governor that state ever produced. Because one, he has the people. Obaseki would have worked seamlessly in Edo State. So now, if this man now said, which is Asue Ighodalo, now said that he wants to build on what Obaseki, and my follow-up question was going to ask him, can you give us the list of, can you just provide 10 lists, 10 items of the things that Obaseki did that you are proud of or you can vouch for? That's my follow-up question. Because as it stands today,
give us our mandate. Give us our mandate. Which state are you from? Sorry, just a question, please.
I'm from Oyo State.
Okay. Does Oyo State have a power plant?
Who is talking about Oyo State having power plants?
Does Oyo State have a refinery?
So you Edo State have power plants?
No, yes or no.
And give us our mandate. Hold on.
No. It's a question I'm asking.
No. Tiobala, I'll answer you. Tiobala, listen. No, give us our mandate.
Let me ask you.
Give us our mandate. Hold on.
Please,
Tiobala,
no, I'm asking.
Tiobala, listen. Is Asue Ighodalo going to be the governor for your state?
No.
Is he going to be the governor for your state? What kind of comparison are you trying to
draw?
No,
I'm going. Okay, let me answer that question.
You guys want to start this kind of politics again?
Hold on.
Is it
no?
Please,
give us
our mandate. You are not going to respond to that.
Tiobala. I told you, you can presume you. There's no relationship you can presume what you are going to say.
Tiobala, what's the relationship between Oyo State and if you want to promote your principal, can't you promote him?
Can't you say something like this?
And so is give us our mandate the governor for your state? Is there a comparison between Oyo State governor and the Edo State governor here?
Tiobala, Mr.
Chris, it's just let him have his say so that the conversation can flow. At least, he's allowed to talk.
Tunaja, we are not here to say have you say, but you want to have your say.
You can't block people from talking. You can't, just because you don't like his opinion or his question, you can't block him.
No. What is the relevance of that?
Chris, this is very unlike you, Chris. Just leave it.
No, the thing is that people are trying to do an
estimate of
what the man has just come to tell us. Now he's drawing a comparison between Oyo State and Edo State. What does that?
I think if you ask me, I think he's trying to highlight the fact that there are some things that are being done in Edo State.
Thank you.
No. That is intimidation. He tried to intimidate him and box him.
It's not intimidating. Jesus Christ.
He tried to box him, not that.
He cannot. And those things that you find out.
Okay. Tiobala now. He doesn't have to ask intelligent question.
He just talking straight. He can do it in another way. First of all, you ask the gentleman which state is he from. Then secondly,
forget technology, Jare. Which one you know there? Technology.
Wow. If Black Panther was doing it, I'll be fine. But I think, Chris, just let it go.
Your boss
is not a very serious question.
We have it in Edo State.
Okay. Let us have some decorum, please. Can we have some decorum?
Can you not see the pettiness?
Let us have decorum.
I see the pettiness, and the pettiness, the viewers can see that too. But at least he's trying to make a point. Yeah, but he's trying. He's also trying to make a point.
No. Yes, I think the issue is this. Can we quickly
let Naija have the floor now?
Prince, Mr. Prince, please I think it will be very interesting and important for us to see where Tiobala wants to land.
Okay,
let him land. Let him land. I think it's very important. Please go ahead, Tiobala.
On my behalf, please let him land. Go ahead,
God bless you, Chris, for that. The point I'm making in the sense that I myself, I'm a critic of all the governors in Nigeria as a whole. But when you are criticizing, you should be able to list out some area where the governor have done well and the areas he has not done well, so we know where to improve upon.
Okay, now I'm not telling you, give me the areas.
Hold on now. Yes, I'm going to give you the area. A good example is the fiber optic cable. Apart from Lagos, Edo State is the only state in Nigeria that is second connected in terms of internet access. Now we are praising Atlas OT today. That project was started 40 years ago. Are you getting my point? Oshomole laid the foundation for us to have a power plant. We have a Oshomo power plant and the Mobila power plant. There are two. That is currently almost about 1 at some capacity. You can laugh all you want. That is one. Dupont refinery. I don't say have
no, how effective? Can we let him
let him land now. Let him
He's saying something. It's not fair.
We're talking about College of Nursing. Edo State is leading in that area. In today's world now, he mentioned it today. Wi-Fi creative hub. No, it's no longer an achievement. This is what we pressed Peter before.
Okay, are you done?
Are you finished?
Are you done? Telemedicine today, Edo State is leading in the charts.
Okay, before the next speaker,
can you listen now?
Before the next speaker, before the next speaker, please, before the next speaker, wait, before the next speaker, let me, please,
let speak first.
Before the next speaker, let me quickly, play the urgent that I should moderate so that we'll be able to learn something, because the way we are going, if everybody is speaking, I know that Evie is not here. If everybody is speaking at the end, we might not learn anything. If everybody is speaking, nobody is speaking. So let me moderate. I'll give chance to. So the next person should talk. When you stop, when I say stop, you stop. 2 minutes for every person, please, so that we can learn.
No, make it 3 minutes, I beg.
All right, 2 minutes. Let's see.
Thank you.
Okay, can I go ahead?
No, he said he will give opportunity. Oga Prince Collins, call the next person. Take charge.
Yeah, let's go to Mr. Jonathan. I think he wanted to say something.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
But it was me that this guy, he was asking me a question, right?
Okay.
Not to respond to him.
I think you have been speaking. Let Jonathan finish, then you can respond.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, thank you very much. See, I think Mr. Tiobala, see, when you are making comparison, you compare apple with apple. Don't try to, do the opposite. You see, when you say a state in Nigeria, anyway, don't let me respond for give us a mandate. I think he should first of all respond himself. Then I'll leave it for him. Don't let me do that. See, with respect to, for me today, I listened carefully to Mr. Dr. Asue Ighodalo, and for me, I think I must say this, he's a cool guy. Let me just say that. He's a cool guy. He's a cool guy to be the governor of a state. In this case now, Edo State. Now, whether he will now do what he outlined or is promising to do is a different thing. Marketing and campaigning is one thing. Governance is another. So, but again, we have to hold him accountable and make him as much as possible to make commitment, because that's the only thing we can do. Get him committed to variety of issues. He must be committed before he's given that job. He's not going to dance around it. I saw him today dancing around two very important subjects, but I think going forward, as the campaign progresses, he will learn, and he will not, I hope and I expect that he will not dance with those questions and try to romance them. There is nothing, because you have told us today, number one, clearly, he has made it clear that he's going to borrow more. Please, let's focus on the substance. He has made it clear today that he's going to borrow more money. So we know that now. He's going to borrow more. So when you borrow more, what are you going to do with it? It was very vague. He said he's going to use it on projects that will generate revenue. What are those projects? Is it expanding the nursing school that will generate revenue? What are those projects that you will now use this money for, this naira and dollar combined?
20 seconds more, please.
Yeah, where will this money? So let's be focused on all these things. It's been clear today that it will borrow more money. That is clear.
And keep those things in penury.
He has made that clear. So you have to go deeper, because there was no time to really go deeper into that. Okay, you have made it clear you are going to borrow more money. What are you going to do with this money? And more specifically, how will you borrow this money? I really want to know that. You know, the reason for that question for me, why that question is so particular to me and so important to me, because I'm in the same field with him. I do the same, what he said is doing investment bank. I am in the same business. So I want to know how he will borrow the money he's talking about. From whom?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Very important. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Chris, can you speak to us for 3 minutes here?
Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, I want to say unequivocally that Teobala, you are just demarketing Mr. Asue Ighodalo. If I know his campaign team, I'll tell them to remove you from that team, because the last time, this is the second time you are doing it, and you are repeating it again. See, we are discussing issues here. First of all, you ask a gentleman which state is he from. Then you are now drawing comparison from his states. That is called argumentum ad hominem. It should be discouraged. That is what has plagued the nation Nigeria. That is why we cannot ever move forward. Your questions could have been more generalized. You could have said, which other states has independent power plant? Which other state has this? Which other state has this? Instead of asking him his state, then you are asking, is he the governor of that state? Is he campaigning for that governor? Has he told you he has any relationship with that governor? That kind of behavior must never ever be encouraged. Identity politics must be discouraged at every point in time. If you can, like Asue Ighodalo, everybody is just trying to dissect. Madam Luke has made a dissection of what he has spoken about. Everybody has done the same thing. And it's about commitment. And that's why I asked him the question, can you commit to Nigerians, which he has done? He has committed that this and this is going to do. He's not going to complain. He's not going to talk about federal might. That section of the interview will be caught and kept for him in future. So please, let's stop identity politics. That's just my bane. We need to start speaking nationally. We need to see ourselves as Nigerians first before any other thing. You just need to look at the issues that is on ground. Forget the state any person comes from. You don't compare with his government. It's not a competition between the governor for your state and the Asue Ighodalo. Asue is a man of himself. He's just campaigning. Please, I don't know if the campaign team, if they are listening to me of Asue Ighodalo, you guys remove Teobala because he's demarketing your principal. Please. Thank you very much.
Is Teobala one of his campaign team?
Chris, ask Crystal.
I know I'm suggesting that they should remove you if you are a member of the team. No, so if you are not a member, they shouldn't even add you at all. Let's be nationalistic.
Let me quickly say something. Don't worry, you talk very soon. I think politics. I think the marketing aspirant or a candidate is part of politics anyway. That's just a trolling. Because maybe Teobala have got his own candidate already. That's why he's trying to demarket.
The problem is that he thinks he's speaking for Asue Ighodalo.
Yeah, I think the issue.
Moderator.
I want to call the next person. Now, hold on. I think the issue was the approach that Teobala used anyway. It was the approach. So let's go to Naija now.
Hold on, real quick before Naija talks, Mr. Chris. Thank you. When I talked, I did not mention anything about. I didn't care where Asue Ighodalo came from. I'm not interested. We need to start thinking in terms of, oneness. In terms of what can we do for people. That's what I asked him. As the Edo people, I didn't ask whether you are from Central or not. That's not the issue. But Mr. Teobala is he's so set in that. What will I say? Area of we. It's against you. You need to start thinking in terms of the whole of Edo State. And when you start marketing,
try by here, please.
I know what I'm trying to say. Like your sentiments represent, a section of Nigeria. You support for Asue because it's from one particular area.
No. It's not because of that. Because federal government bring out a law that are policies for all the states to have a modular refinery. and it was a law that was passed across all the states. Most of the states did not go that way. Edo State did. Then it takes a power. Oshomole laid that foundation. Then he had the continuity of Obaseki.
Bros. Wait, Madam Luke. When next Yobala is coming? Yobala.
Can I respond to what she said?
No, you don't need to respond. No, you don't need to respond.
I'm talking to her. She can answer for herself, please.
You are not supposed to be campaigning. You don't need to respond to that.
Mr. Blackwater, let him talk.
So that is what I said. My point is that, fine, as in, he may have done something that is not right in terms of governance, which we all expect more. But there are also some areas which this person has also done well. We cannot just say totally.
In your good conscience, you feel this man has done well in any area in Nigeria, in Edo State?
At least for now, if you rate governors in Nigeria, I think
he did well, Madam Luke.
Madam Luke, I beg, stop this interaction. Let us speak, I beg. Let us speak, I beg.
99% yes.
Yobala is not a governor aspirant, I beg.
Okay, I think Manalu, thank you for your submission. Manalu has given us a commission as a submission. Thank you very much. Let's go to our brother Tunajano. Is it there?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm here. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think Chris, you see the way you address the point is clear, and that could have been avoided if you just allowed it to finish, because you were making a good point that you don't have to personalize or tie it to where the state the person comes from. But regarding what Tiobala said, I was listening closely because I really wanted to know some of the developments that has occurred under this government. But I fear that sometimes we miss stuff and we don't criticize precisely. So that because if you criticize people precisely, they will know you are aware of what they are doing, and then they are more likely to respond to you. But if you just come and criticize blanket criticism, they will like, oh, this person is just a hater. They don't care about what I'm doing, what I've done, stuff like that. So you want to make the effort to understand what they've actually done, then call them out on it. That said, the guest that came on today, he said some things that, like many politicians say in Nigeria, they seem to say some of the right things. And the idea is that the mindset, the way he talked about Singapore, how you can exist within another entity and still be able to perform your duties and function. That's the kind of, you have to have that kind of mindset if you want to do stuff right within a state that's in Nigeria, especially in Nigeria where you have a lot of headwinds against your will in a state. But that's a good way to think. However, the core of our problem within our politics is not because we don't have the knowledge intellectually. It's not because they don't have the qualifications. They do. You see that in Nigerian politics, even in Buhari's government, I was shocked when I checked his cabinet, how many of them have master's degree, PhD, and multiple degrees. They do. What they lack is the urgency of the situation. What they lack is the separation between themselves and their people. They will say they are with the people, but they live different lives from the people. Totally different lives from the people, and they don't seem to have the urgency that this stuff needs to be done yesterday, not today. Yesterday, you have to be in a hurry to develop and fix your people. So that's what I fear is wrong with them. And also, they like to think that they care for their people, but they like to care for their people from their ivory towers. They don't feel the urgency to. It's not even only for their people, for themselves too. They don't even feel the urgency to move very, very quickly. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. They don't feel the urgency to move quickly to development. This is why I said before, you can have all the qualifications you want. It doesn't matter. Maybe you don't have the right mindset. It's just a waste, really. I think you are, Chris, you are not muted, just in case for some other person. Go ahead.
Chris, can you mute yourself, please, Mr. Chris?
He's there chatting away after he's already fight with the Tiobala.
All right.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, you got 10 seconds to conclude, please.
Let me conclude. So the problem you have to always, people should have to question these leaders for is that they will say all the best things, but in the end judge them based on results. Over time, and in a way I sympathize with what Madam Luke did. Gave them 0 because over time it should be 0. Look at where we are. And regarding Tiobala, when you were talking about Israel the other time, Israel currently they are using 7% of their population in their security, even if they have that much advanced technology. That is the thinking, and I need our people to start understanding. And he too came here and said technology, but you don't. The greatest technology you have is your people, but they are not using them enough. But that said, I will leave it because my time is up.
All right, thank you very much, Tunaja. Yeah, let me quickly throw in, based on what you have said, let me quickly emphasize on a question that we might deliberate on regarding this candidate and past people that have ruled us in our various domain of government. You know, we have seen credible, versatile, competent, or what we say in unquote qualified candidates. You know, several times people that are outspoken, they are very, very, you know, like just this Ighodalo that left us not quite long. He's very eloquent, can convince you, he can tell you what he needs to do. You know, I think there is a causative agent that is working behind the scene that is making them not to deliver. So what are those causative agents? Because if you are talking about illness and you are not looking at the root cause of that illness, you might be treating something at a periphery level that will not get that you might not get to the end of that. So what is the cause?
That root cause is what I identify.
The root cause. I'm talking about the root cause, please. So talking about the root cause.
Let me tell you the root cause.
Let the next person. Hold on, please. Let me call on the next person. Give us a mandate. Let him give us a point about that. We are going live by line, and we are still going to touch everybody. 2 minutes, please.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chris. So for me, Mr. Collins, I don't believe there's anybody holding these guys not to do what they intend to do. Tuna just said something earlier, but he left something out. These guys lack empathy for their people. Madam Luke's prayer, you may think that she's probably praying for him, maybe in support. She's just invoking some things on him, and the guy is saying amen. Well, hopefully he will say amen and then go and sleep. These guys lack empathy for their people. I haven't listened to this guy when I said something earlier. The likes of Peter Obi is difficult to find, honestly. For me, the reality is that these guys, I was earlier thinking about, okay, Asue Ighodalo, Olumide Akpata, and like that. If I even took to the point where I begin to think that Olumide Akpata not talking to people, not talking now, is it that he's just being kept there as a machinery or what? Which is for another day, because it is just lack of empathy for the people. Once you are the governor, you have all the might of the state to do and undo. Look at what is happening in Kogi State, where they have the office of the ex-governor, and the incumbent governor is using his own security apparatus to shield somebody that loots the state. An incumbent governor using his own security apparatus to shield the person that loots the state. We may say what EFCC is doing, maybe it's political. Let's even leave that aside. Yaya Bello. If you and I will put ourselves in a room and ask ourselves, should that guy not be facing prosecution today? And that's why I asked that man that Asue earlier.
30 seconds, please.
If which you and I see, Mr. Evie showed us here, biscuit roll in those states, schools, people have volunteered to cut grass. Will you have the boldness to prosecute Obaseki? So for me, it is not no witch, no wizard is pursuing them. These guys just lack empathy and compassion for their people. They are wicked human beings. He's a billionaire, for example. Somebody put in the comment section, very profound. He's a billionaire. What single project has he contributed in his own community, local community? What single project? How many people are benefiting from his wealth as he stands every month? You and I know what we are doing for people. You won't blow your trumpets. But as he stands today as a billionaire, what project can he point to and say, even though I'm not there as a governor, I'm not there as a politician, this is the project I did for my state.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Let us give time to Mr. Odua to speak with us if he's still there, please. Mr. Odua, take the floor.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Can we hear me?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Okay. You see, there's, as they said, the talk is cheap, but it's too difficult to work out. Me, I did not, when it's come to PDP or APC, I did not see any way ahead of it at all, because Gele support, my brother talk about Gele support, and he know that is due of federal government. The road that is really due of, they have not even do that, not to talk of the support that we don't even have anyway. Well, anyway, the electricity, they said they are going to partner with whatever partnership, but it did not, because I'm hoping to see whenever or whoever will come and say, this is how we are going to partner with the Edos, to make this state work for all of us. Because just like what Dr. Singh was telling him, we the Edos are ready to make our state work. If those in authority ready to say, okay, come together and do wherever you find yourself, come home, bring your ideas, and let's work with it. So not to go and make the benefit of Edo give to Kafashan, give to these people and say that is the companies. No, we the Edos, because here in Italy I am living, what I found is community development. The community create company, although we call it Fabrica here. They create company, whatever they want to do. The schools, technical schools, all these things are from communities. So it's just the government to supervise or to guide them not to fall apart or not to cheat people that will be working for them. So those are government policy. That is why I say that it is not the government that really create work, but what we have in Nigeria, it is those they are mad. I don't know if I would call it squirrel mad or whatever. So I hope to see whenever or whoever will come and really tell us their mind, because this PDP, the one, as far as I heard, it was a lawyer self. There I know that there is no hope. So that is for it.
Thank you very much. You're very accurate. You're very accurate. Can we hear from is it Tiobala now? Yeah, bros. Let's hear from you.
Thank you so much. How many minutes do I have?
3.
Okay, thank you so much. Please, I want to have my floor. I don't need interjection.
3 minutes, yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. The person of Asue Ighodalo is vying for the position of the #1 seat in those states. Now we are looking at least, according to Evie, 3 major candidates that is going to lead in terms of governance. Then we have to put all these 3 people into scale, ask them questions. One of the candidates was invited to this platform. He disobeyed. He did not honor our invitation. Fine. We have someone, by invitation, he came to come and ask, take questions and answer those questions. Asue Ighodalo, in his private life, have done well. He has advised different parastatals, work with different agencies and all of that to move Nigeria state forward. And we can tell in different areas where he has said. So antecedent is one of the major way of assessing somebody when you want to ask for something. That is what they ask of your work experience. I believe this man had the requisite knowledge, the skill to be able to lead the state, in my own opinion. Fine. Yes, the current governor of the state may not have done to that capacity with the Edo State wants, but to some extent he has performed well. Edo State is the only state in Nigeria that pays 40,000 naira as a minimum wage. And every month, no salary is being missed. According to information and record, they even pay 30 months. Today, the federal government advised Nigerian states to have modular refinery in order for us to have this issue with petroleum being refined across the country. And those states take the lead. We have modular refinery. In terms of power plants, Oshiomhole laid that foundation. Today, those states have 2 power plants that generate power. Those states, government agencies and all of that, they don't use government light. I don't know put it. It reduces the cost, and they are not trying to extend it to other senatorial districts. Now, in terms of we talk about human capital development. One of the ways to improve in terms of human capital development is the light I mentioned and internet connectivity. Today, Edo State is the second in Nigeria behind Lagos when you have broadband internet connectivity. Edo State can now board of what you call telemedicine. I'm a software developer. On a daily, every weekend, I hold classes with Edo people to teach them software and DevOps engineering. Why? Because of
30 minutes more, please. 30 minutes more.
Because they have access to internet and electricity. With that,
please, can I ask you a question? That software,
please, don't ask him because let him finish what he's saying.
Mr. Odua, don't interject, please. I'm sorry.
Let him finish. So now we have various developments that have been done in those states, talking about the modular refinery, the Dupont refinery, the ethanol plant, the Oshiomhole power plant, the Edo Tech Park, where they train engineers. We talk about College of Nursing, the Stella Obasanjo Hospital, Victor Wifo Creative Hub. We talk about the civil servant reform, and we talk about the what's it called, Edo Production Hub in Sapler. We talk about the Museum of Africa, which is called the MUWA, the Design Center. These are creative things that is being currently going on in Edo State. Edo State is leading the charge.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Sorry, that Edo power plant, is that the Azura Edo or something?
It's too.
Let us talk on the Edo. Let us talk on the candidate.
Oh, I want to learn about Edo now. Let me
go online. Go and learn online. Go to online.
They have 2. They have Azura power plant. They have Oshiomhole power plant.
So the Oshiomhole one is the one you are talking about.
Both of them is in capacity. They are working.
Moderator, stakeholder.
Okay.
Hold on now. When did they come online?
No.
It has been online since, brother. It has been online since.
Can you just Black Panther? What is wrong with you?
Go and check it. Don't ask him questions. He's not the government aspirant.
There are viewers that want to know this. What is wrong with you?
No viewer want to know it.
Don't take my word for it. Listen to Oshiomhole when he's presented in the house. He's on Channel's platform. Oshiomhole last 2 weeks or so said it on Channel, as in Channel Television carried it.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Tiobala. Thank you very much. Let us progress, please. We are still on why they don't deliver. Let us not deviate too much. Before I call our next speaker, Mr. Tiobala, I want to quickly throw this in so that it might be able to, help us know where we are actually going. Because when we look at the fact that democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people, then the inability of the front runners of this democracy to deliver the dividends of democracy, do you believe that it has to do with certain people not, committing themselves to, because looking at for the people, by the people, and of the people, is it that certain people are not playing their part to make certain other people do what they are supposed to do, where the error is? Because we've had, just as we said before, that people are competent. We have competent people like the man we have today is very competent. So something must be underneath of it that we need to look at that. Because people are listening to us.
You've asked that question earlier in your previous submission. I was trying to respond to that.
Can all of us speak before we start responding?
After Mr. Tiobala, I want you to come in. Don't just leave your statement. You come. Okay, Mr. Tiobala, go ahead.
No, he has finished.
No, I need to round up.
Oh, sorry. I'm talking about Black Panther. Sorry, Black Panther. Sorry, that was a super tongue.
Thank you very much. I want to thank everybody today for what we have done, and we are still handling politicians with kid gloves. That is my concern. And I want to thank the viewers out there. May God bless all of you. You can see what is happening. We are handling the politician with kid gloves. Let us go and listen to ourselves when Obaseki was coming in. This is exactly the same way we handled it, and we brought him there, and he gave us the report sheet. What are we having now? We are having a godfather in that house, and he forgot what he's supposed to do for the people. Now, you said something about Tiobala is playing the kid game. Tiobala, I can presume you. I know what you want to say, because I have been in this game for a very long time, more than 30 years. What you want to say, I know. You are politicking. You are doing a very wrong politicking.
I talk about the achievement of the governor. I talk about the capacity of the
I don't want to interfere.
I did not call your name.
Tiobala,
please, I'm on my ground.
Make your friend, don't call my name.
I'm on my feet. I did not abuse. I did not throw
Tiobala,
insult
please,
at
can you?
you. I said you are not doing a good job. Why I said that is because you are repeating yourself when they were campaigning for Baseki. He has done this. He's a technocrat. He did it. We have heard all this all over again. We have heard it before. Now, you are talking about the power project. Let everybody go and Google that power project. That power project was handed over to the Nigerian grid. Now, the question is, how has that power project affect the ordinary Nigerian state person? How has it improved their nothing? Now, you are talking about the modular refinery. Go and look at the MO refinery before you come talking to us out here. What is the profit of those states? Have they been giving anything like crude oil to refine it? And what are we getting? How is it affecting the economy and the average those state person? How has it affected them buying gasoline at a cheaper rate? If you have that right in your state, nothing, zero. So when we are talking about development, we should talk about the common man on the street of Edo State. How has it improved his life? That is what we are talking. And that is politics. That is the dividends of politics. We don't come here to say, oh, he dropped pencil on the floor. He has developed, he has started road. He has done grade one land. How has it affected the Edo people? That is how you do your debate. And that's how you campaign for your person. Now, let me say this. He made mention of the economic. He was talking about. I told him about. He repeated the rhetoric of Nigerian
30 seconds more. You got 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Thank you. Yeah, there's nothing bad in taking loan. There's nothing bad in taking loan. How are you going to address? How you are going to pay back the 80% interest on the external loan, which have accrued up to $183.6 million on 18% interest? What is on ground to pay back that loan? And you want to increase the loan again? You want to build a Papa Wharf or one wharf in Edo State? You want to build economic trade zone? What about the basic amenities for Edo State people? The water, the light, and the road. That is how you build the economy. You give access to people to come into your state and build your state. It is not your own in your own power to build all those things. Bring in investors. And how do you bring in? You provide your basic infrastructure to bring in investors. He has not talked about that. He's going around the globe like other politicians will do. Thank you. Zero. I score him zero.
Mr. CM, are you there? Can you please allow me to let Mr. Jonathan speak, for 2 minutes, then I'll come back to CM, then I'll go to LOOK. I think he just came in newly, so that he'll be able to speak to us.
Thank you very much.
LOOK. It's Madam Luke. It's LOOK. As if you don't know her, I would have thought you know her by now. Please go ahead.
Yeah. I know. Okay, Madam Luke.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. See, as I said earlier, it is just like repeating myself, but in this matter or on this matter, if that is what it's going to take, I will continue to repeat myself over and over again until people get it, until Nigerian politicians, get this clear. See, we know the antecedent of Nigerian politics. We know what the Nigerian politicians can do. Talk, as they say, yes, one of the panelists said it here earlier, is cheap, which means that marketing and campaigning is one thing, governing is another. We all know this. History tells us. And if we continue to repeat the same error, at least they told us also that the definition of that is insanity. So if they are committing the same error, how are we going to check them? Because we know the game. How are we going to check them? At the minimum, we have to change it. We have to change the way the game is played. Because everything they are doing, please, people, listen. This is the game. The game is that I will promise you, but everything that I promise you is going to be when I get there. When I get into office, that is when I will deliver. But there is one that you can do even before you get into office. Do that now. There's that one thing. Do that now, because we can go around all these, policies and everything all over, all day long. But do this one, and I will repeat it and repeat it again. At the end of the day, it is the people that will work with you. The way you can know a true politician in Nigeria now is if you have the guts, you have the audacity, let us know the people that you will work with you, that those people that you will not be influenced by your paymaster or by your political godfathers. At least let us know. At least do that. Do one or two. Move from the status quo. Shift from the status quo. Tell us the people. You know what you want to do. Nobody force you to come out, right? That's what you are telling us. Nobody knock you in the head and say, come and run for governor. You know what you want to do, and nobody wake you up in the middle of the night and say you must run for governor, otherwise you will die. It simply means that you know what you want to do. You have it in your head. So if you have it in your head, how do you want to do it? It means you have it already. Tell us the people. Tell us the people that you will work with. For me, that is the key. If I know today,
30 seconds, please.
See, if I know today, if Asue Ighodalo and all the other candidates, you see, for me, I shifted a little bit today. My position, is not zero. It was zero, but today is no longer zero. I must say that. But it is still not the pass mark. He has to shift. He must let us know. And he has to be committed to it. The way you have to. Otherwise, see, let somebody come out and tell me here now, in your heart of hearts, if you are true, if you are really true, and you are not deceptive, tell me now whether if Asue becomes governor tomorrow, Obaseki will not nominate people into his cabinet. Tell me now. Let us.
That one, it's impossible now. Obaseki will give you half of the cabinet.
Tell me how the chairman of the party or PDP will not nominate, and one or two chieftains in Edo State will not nominate. Tell me how.
Thank you.
So these are the things that this is how we can shift, and how development can come.
Sorry, can I say something here?
Okay, 5 seconds.
5 seconds, thank you. You see, when we are looking at these politicians, let all of us play back their music they played before. And if they are talking about economic growth, let us go to simple economy. You don't have infrastructure that will back your economic trade zone that you are going to create. That economic trade zone, if you put it down without no basic infrastructure, it will lie fallow and money will be lost there. Anambra has tried it. A lot of them, Eastern State, they built economic trade zone, but it's not functioning now. For about 5 years,
you know the mistake they made. There is nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong in borrowing money. But he has to tell us, I always say that Nigerian politicians are vague and they are master of that. Yes, there is nothing wrong in borrowing money. But you got to tell us also that what you will use this money for will be generating XYZ to to be paying back the loan.
Simple.
It's
You
not
tell
that
us how
you
many years
borrow.
it's going to pay
I
it back.
think he answered that question quite all right.
He didn't answer
He
it.
didn't.
All right.
He answered
All right.
it in his own way.
Before you continue, remember Peter Obi made thought to understand that there is nothing wrong with borrowing. But when you borrow for consumption, it's wrong. When you borrow for project that will generate money, that's what
That's
matters.
what I'm saying. Yeah, you have answered it now.
What makes it different?
All right, thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you very
Jobala,
much.
what project generating money in Edo State now? Tell us.
1 second.
Tell us.
Okay, no, let us not cause argument. Let us moderate for that, please.
It's not argument. This is clarity. Jobala, you have mentioned it. So when he borrowed money and he said he's going to use it for project that will generate revenue, what are those projects and how much is he expecting to generate?
From those,
yes.
It's not you are talking about
Jonathan, first of all, I must applaud the way you handle issue. You don't shout over people because you want to make a point. You are making a very good point. And you are asking the how. That how you are asking is very important. And you cannot get that how now. It does that the thing we set up an economy team that we're able to
what do you mean you cannot get it how now?
Economy team. You don't know the how now.
Tiobala,
and you want to put it there.
you have
What
to
are you
know
saying?
The direction he's going to, how he's going to solve the problem.
You know what,
Okay. All right. Tiobala, you made us speak. There are people that have not spoken, please. Can we respect the order? Can we respect the order, please? Mr. Tiobala, can we respect the order? Mr. Tiobala, please, let us I was we just emphasize on an issue, we'll be talking about I think checkmating them and seeing how they can deliver, because I believe that democracy is everybody's job, every nationality, not just the front runners, not the politicians, not those that are in power, not those that are acting as an opposite party. Is every single soul that is in that nation, So they are the powerhouse of democracy. So I want Mr. CM to, on that note, throw more light on this if he has something to say, because he has not spoken to he's been a bit quiet. Mr. CM, please take the floor.
Okay. Actually, please, gentlemen and lady, I do apologize. I was away to attend to something quickly, wait till he left. So I think I dropped a note. I believe we are doing a post-interview review. Is it? So that I don't speak out of tone.
Yes. That's exactly what we are doing here.
Okay. I was putting notes down until at a time, maybe I was putting notes down. So in fact, in all that, first of all, I thank him again for honoring our invitation, and that's what I wanted. I was saying, it's good he came. At least it's an honor to us. And then, I mean, whatever he thinks about us, he will know that this is a serious bunch. That is one thing. We are serious. And then the question, I believe, no mainstream media has been able to interrogate him like this, because the questions are so penetrating, so committing, and so demanding. But as a politician or somebody, not really a politician anyway, but let me just say, as somebody of his pedigree or his class or maybe his background, he's a lawyer anyway, so he can always know that he's going to answer questions like they do. So what I've categorized, what I've gathered from, this is my own opinion anyway, from the answers he gave, I put them into three baskets. One, where he was quite emphatic, and that's why I want commitment. For instance, he was asked about, I think it's what Mother Rita's question, what Alex Oti did in Abia by abolishing what is it called, pension for ex-governors. Is he going to do the same? He was emphatic. He said he will not take, after serving Edo State, I think I'm not the only person that had it, he will not take pension. He wouldn't go for that. Now, what I understand that to mean is, what he can, because when he finishes, he will leave. So he's not expecting pension. I expect him that if we can't take, those behind him or those that are taking should stop. So he cannot just do it only for himself. So I feel that I wanted to probe him further because I don't have to be selfish and monopolize or whatever. So I felt that he was emphatic and we hold him to that. He won't take pension, and then I'm expecting that he will pass a legislation to the House of Assembly that henceforth any ex-governor of Edo State should not be paid pension or something like that. So such a question, there are others, but let me use that as an example. Then on the second basket, there are those that need further probing, further probing in the sense that I think that's where I put Jonathan's question. There was I think it's related to my type of question I wanted to ask. My second option said, what is your idea of a competent cabinet or a cabinet of competent hands? Because he won't do it alone. Now I know Jonathan was quite pungent by mentioning some ministries, finance, justice, and because he emphasized the agriculture as the what is I think there's one time he used as the bedrock, sort of something like the base of the industrialization or how to grow prosperity based on comparative advantage of what crop is good for one area, what all those type of things, comparative advantage of developing agriculture in Edo State. Some areas will be good for certain things. So that's what Jonathan was saying. Who are their commissioners? So that's why I say this one needs further probing. He wasn't emphatic as to say my commissioner for justice. Though I wouldn't even in fairness to him, I wouldn't even have expected him to say the name of the person here because there will be consultation. Maybe I would have expected him to say, in appointing somebody your commissioner for justice or whatever post, you have to consult with the person and some interest groups in any way because the person has to, maybe if he's engaged in one job, he wants to leave it and come. So my type of answer would have been, consultation is ongoing. We are consulting people that we are going to appoint because we have to read. So that might be political way of answering it, but it's pungent and it's quite critical. Then, and on the other basket, some depends on what is it called? Or depends on so many variables. For instance, when he talks about the fund permitting, I think there was one question he was answering and was saying something like funding. He said something like depends on variable. That's where I place my question on security. Security. I didn't ask him security. I only asked him, let him name the one major problem Edo is facing as at today, 17th April. Then, what strategy, given within the 4 years, does he have? Can he present? Can he explain to us how he's going to handle it or solve the problem? And then, why does he think he's the best candidate to do it? To solve that problem. So when he's talking about security, all I get from him, security in Nigeria, because of the type of federation we run, any governor can always give a very small or flimsy excuse. Not that they don't have to do anything. Like somebody was saying, when you want to secure yourself, you don't say the government didn't do this. But if it concerns securing the people, you now say, okay, I don't appoint IG. The commissioner of police is posted to me. I don't have a say. We don't have this. You see, in that case, that's why there's a leeway. The leeway could, because that's why he was saying he will increase the finance and capital. I understand what he means. A state can vote money just to equip the police or pay. Lagos State is doing it in Lagos. Apart from what federal government gives to police in Lagos State government normally even equip them, give them cars. Individuals do it in Anambra just to help. So something like that. But he emphasized that the security architecture. Yeah, security architecture you can emphasize, but it's not absolute. You are not. It's not down to you. You can only make suggestion to Abuja or police if they want to deal with. If they don't want to change it, they wouldn't change it. Although there is need to change security architecture, unless when we have police and state police. So when he says you use technology, yes, that can you can buy them technology. The money you bring can help to equip police. In fact, individuals in my state normally buy walkie-talkie. Yes, please. Yes.
Which technology does he want to employ in the Edo State? Let me know.
To me, I'm not him now. He will answer, but if I'm to hazard a guess, I will say in trying to bring technology to his security or whatever. Apart from if you can.
Just sorry, I'm so sorry about that. They already set a foundation for that.
Yeah, that's what I was about saying. Yeah, go ahead.
They've already set a foundation for that. Like that, they've already built a foundation that had to do with emergency response system. Now, currently, it's working with the healthcare, so they can put another layer of it.
Anyway, yes. When we say, because technology is not something that is unfounded, we know what technology is just to help human footprint, that type of thing, either to improve human footprint or to be absolute where you can't input. No human being can be awake 24 hours, but if you put CCTV camera so in a strategic place, that will be awake so that somebody can wake up and they monitor it. So I know all these things.
I think, Mr. C, I'm sorry. I think recently that the issue of that CCTV was also launched. I don't know how true is that. I understand that it was launched by
that is
to take care, especially the activities of court.
I want you to give to us.
Yeah, he was supposed to talk about it, to say he was going to emphasize on things like that and go ahead to make it work.
Anyway, so based on these 3 baskets, the one I can put down to him is, he said he won't, anybody can go to town with it. He won't take, what is it called? Thank God Moderator asked that question. He won't take pension. So which means we can now say, Asue Ighodalo promised the people of Edo State, hand on heart, that he's not going to take any pension when he finishes his term if he elected. So I believe that he should extend it to others, not just him. Then, so that is emphatic. Then the other one that needs further probing, I've explained, and then the one that depends on variables, because there are overbearing federalism that will run. People use it, not really that you don't have a headroom to manipulate, but any lazy governor who doesn't want to do it or want to stay will always tell you, Abuja is this, it is this. But if really they want to do it, must say small headroom. So it depends on the variable. I wish our federalism is not so eccentric centered in Abuja. Is sometimes there's much power. We can now start to pinpoint them. But remember, this politics. You may not. Why we are doing this? Other candidates may be listening.
Of course, they are listening 100%.
They are listening, and they know they will have their day here, like Niger Watch promised them. They will have their day. So part of this is that even not only the candidates, the agents of other candidates are listening, because this is an open something. So the thing is, by like all these questions, if they go through, and then this will be on the internet free of charge. So by the time they go through it and listen and see how he handled it, clever people might start to put, you build up on the area you feel that he didn't answer very well, so that if you are saying, when you are not giving your answer in future, it's as if you are so original, or that you want to depart from the past. We know all those type of things. And then,
Mr. C, I'm sorry to interject you. And secondly, regarding the issue of a pension for those that are leaving office, you need to be very careful, because he's under politicians that he is still kind of loyal to make sure he gets there. And just like Governor Oti, he didn't say that he was going to do it until he get there. So we don't expect them to actually tell us, because it's part of campaign. We don't expect them to actually tell us.
Can I just propose that one? You see, the answer he would have given concerning that stuff would have been very liberal answer. When I get there, there must be something we shall do about that. Simple as ABC.
No.
Mr. C,
I cannot say I'm going to remove it.
You know, if I say I will take Black Panther, you'll be angry. I'm more qualified than Black Panther.
Let me tell you.
Black Panther will be angry that I'm more qualified than CM.
No, Black Panther, that's a leeway out. You see,
No, that is the best way, because it cannot annoy his political base. We know about that.
No, not that he can't annoy his political base. Do you know what this answer means? Let me tell you. Look at it this way. Do you know that what is the name? Olumide Akpata and Senator Kwebolo. All of them, because if they hear this thing and this one has committed, who do you think? If you ask 2 of them and they didn't commit, don't you know it's a minus? It's a minus on them. So yes. So you see, it's a minus. So don't worry, they know what, because do you know why I like this answer? Because this is a personal decision for you.
Yeah.
This is something you don't have to say Abuja this, or there's no influence. He say you don't want. It's like somebody pay you money. Say, look, like Niger Watch here. This is a personal decision he made. I don't want to accept money from anybody. Just let them come here. So he doesn't need to consult me, even if you say anything. So this is something personal. If he feels he's entitled to it, he doesn't want to take it. That's okay. But he will not be. My projection is that he cannot just do that. He may say, okay, people might not tell him, hey, since you are not taking, now let's pass a law. After all, he will say, I'm not taking. Because what Elesoti did is that Elesoti has also hooked himself in Meaning that if you stop orders by legislation, it means he's willing, he's not going to take, but he may not say it. It means he's not going to take. So that is a very good answer, and it has implication, wider implication on the other candidates, because people might copy it and say, we had Asue Ighodalo say on a Niger Watch that he's not going to take pension. So what do you think? Are you going to take pension from Edo people? If you weave or sort of a quiver about it or waffle, some people may say, no, now then be this.
Mr. Asue, sorry for 5 minutes. Okay. Not for 5 minutes. You see, I wanted to ask you one key
5 minutes
question.
is too much. 3 minutes,
no,
please.
No, just 1 minute now. 1 second, I'm done.
Now.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
No, Black Panther.
I wanted to just give one small
second. 2 minutes.
Seconds, not 2 minutes, just seconds. No, I don't talk. Okay. Just seconds. You see, it's economic policy that is bringing forth. It's faulty. Now, you want to set up security. The fundamental thing that drives economy, one, your basic infrastructure must be intact. You have not addressed that. That is one mistake all Nigerian politicians does. Look at, you want to build security. If you want to set up CCTV, you need light. If you, Edo State does not have basic amenities.
The way Nigeria
water supply, water supply, basic water supply to every home in Edo State, we don't have. Everybody have to dig borehole.
Black Panther.
Okay,
the way Nigeria is now, security is number one. Anywhere.
Mr. CM, 30 seconds, please.
Okay, yeah. The way Nigeria is, whether you are owing teachers or you are owing doctors or one bridge breaks somewhere, people are taking the other corner. Security is number one now in Nigeria. I think that was the first thing he made. So he's in line. Because, in fact, what is even the primary function of government, whether at state or local, is security of life and property. It's just because he has to work. So what he said, I'm in agreement with that security should become paramount, but is the strategy on how to address it. That's why.
Can you have security without road?
Haba, look, it
Black Panther, please.
Even if it's on, listen, do you know that people will prefer on third road that they are secure than to be secure than to be secure than every road is like the one you have in Texas, but the people are insecure. Which one would they prefer? They say that okay, it's dusty road, but we are secure. You can work on that later. So one should come before the other. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
thank you very much, Mr. Sion.
Okay, let me stop here. Thank you.
Thank you. Tuna just said he was going to say something.
No, I was saying that he said it very well because Black Panther was being obnoxious as usual.
Yeah,
you are talking to yourself. I'm telling you the basic thing. You are giving them leeway to escape. These Nigerian politicians, if you don't know them, you give them leeway to escape. They will build road, fake road. They don't want to give you basic infrastructure, and you want security. You want everything as other modern states. You don't have the basic to drive home your own factors. You don't have it.
Priority. Something should be number one, another one number two, another one number three. That's
Okay.
what I'm saying. All of them are.
Look at the money they borrowed. Look at the money they borrowed. $160 million. Nothing can we talk about that they provide basic infrastructures.
Oh, it is now $314 million.
US, United States of America is owing. UK is owing.
No, I'm not talking about owing. If you are owing, we must see what you are doing.
Okay.
Did you said UK is
Jonathan,
owing.
must he come after me? Must he come after me?
Can you imagine what he's saying?
So when you said no, you see, the thing is that we like to do this cheap comparison. The moment when you talk about borrowing, people will quickly say UK is borrowing.
Let him finish. We'll just come and give him 1 minute.
United States is borrowing. You don't even need to go there because it doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense. The comparison
The point I'm making is that to borrow is not an issue. The purpose of the money you borrow, you use it for. That is what matters.
That's what matters. The thing is that when people say that, they find that cheap answer, but they don't know that it is incomplete. When you say it is good
thank
to
you.
borrow, and
thank you very much.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Please, come in.
For me, I just want to go with the fact that see, there is no way we can talk about governance without talking about security. Security should always be the priority of every state. That's why the function of government is to protect life and the properties of the people. That was why I asked him that critical question. I hope if it comes to security, if he wants to use the military or police for himself, he will be able to. But if it comes to using it to protecting the people, they will say it's Abuja. They will start blaming the federal government. And he has committed that no, he's not going to do that. And I also asking about the debt burden and everything. That I hope if time comes, he will not start saying that, oh, the debt is too much, blah blah blah. And he also committed that no, that he's not going to blame any person, he's going to take responsibility for everything. We have that on record, we have that on tape. Because eventually, if we are not able to stop whoever becomes the governor, but at least we can hold them accountable for certain things. And the issue of security, if we want development, security must be taken seriously. Anyhow we choose to. Anyhow we just choose to. We have to look at our environment and look at what suits us best. Is it to recruit more people? Is it to invest in technology? Or whatever is going to suit us best? That's what we should do. And again, I want to come to you, Mr. Tiobala. Say, Mr. Tiobala, this idea of just waving off everything people are talking about is not helping Asue Ighodalo. Even the man himself, he acknowledges the faults of the Obaseki's administration. I've heard him said on national television that his government is going to be more humane, is going to think of the people, is going to be more people-centric. But anytime they raise these issues, you just dismiss everything as if they don't matter.
No,
And this is actually demarketing the man.
Yeah,
It's
thank you, Chris
demarketing the man.
First of all, I like the way you respond, because sometimes we are all learning, like what Adler said today when we're talking about when we're debating about something. The manner at which he responds to somebody is very important. See, I'm not going to fault you on this. The point, you know what people are doing? Before, for you to kill a dog, you first of all give it a bad name. They will try write off for Basekis, talk unnecessary. They will not rub it on Asue. That's what they are doing. They will not mention any positive side at all. That's it. When you see me coming up in some area, you see the reason why. You ask a very good question. As in today, I applaud all your question. Everything, you were not doing it based on sentiment. You were doing it because you want Nigeria to be better. I can see the passion for your voice. But when you see
can I ask this question? Can I ask you this question?
No.
Who gets
let him finish. Let him finish,
this man?
Let him finish. Let him finish.
Then lastly, the last question has to do with history. I asked him if he was going to bring history back. There are many reasons for it. Because if you see the bulk of the problem happening in Nigeria today, it's because of the distortion of our history. That's why we all cannot forge a common ground for the unity of this country. This is what most countries have been able to do. We have to wake up. Let's forget tribalism and everything. We have to forget those points of division. Because if you bring history back, we are able to know where we are coming from, where we are, and where we are going to. And Edo State, let's stop acting as if Edo State is an agrarian society. Somebody make that point earlier, whether it's to Nigeria or Dr. CM, I don't know. That Edo State, those days, we were producing guns. We had technology for extracting bronze, copper. We were into chemistry, real chemistry. How were we able to purify copper? How were we able to extract bronze? How were we able? Those are alloys. Copper, bronze, it gives you another form of metal completely. How do we know that you have to heat up this metal before you can shaping them? We had those were raw technologies. So if we're able to go back to our history and know that, okay, Edo State, after all, was a very industrialized nation. It was a technologically advanced society at the standard of that time. It wasn't just merely agrarian society. To Nigeria, it was you, I remember now, that made that point. So that was why I was asking me about history. How does he plan to bring history back to the school? So all in all, this is about the people. We all have to stop campaigning with too much sentiment. And Tiobala, the reason I usually pick on you is because I saw you the last year or the previous year, and I saw your passion, the way you argue democratically. You know, when the election was, the way
not
you were
just argue.
talking.
I sent money as well.
No, what I'm saying is that the way you bring your point there, it was democratic, people centric. But now it's just person centric. And that's a very dangerous. If you wave off the pains people are going through, if you wave them off, it's not going to help your cause.
No,
My
no,
own
no, no.
plan
I
is
did
not
not. I did not. If you
no, wait,
if you
wait,
listen to
let me
my last
finish.
comment,
Yeah,
I said
my
on
own
my
plan.
own, I'm
My,
helping people back home with based on what I have been able to achieve within
my own
this.
plan, my target is not to demarket Asue Ighodalo. My target is to promote my candidates. That is going to be my target.
Okay. Can I, Mr. Chris,
yeah.
Who is your candidate? Can you tell us?
Oh, I've said this several times. It's Olumide Agbata. I've said this
All
several
right.
times.
Okay.
Yeah,
What can you tell us about Olumide Agbata?
See, for now, it's Olumide.
No, we are not talking about Olumide Agbata today.
The reason is this. The reason is this. I'm very open. Before, I don't have any liking for Asue Ighodalo, but I've listened to him 3 times. I'm beginning to see that, okay, this man to a large extent, he has the capacity, he looks sincere enough, he looks caring enough. But the issue is that I'm looking at the PDP factor. I know that PDP factor is always something, and I'm also looking at Obaseki. That albatross that's around the neck of Asue Ighodalo, I don't know what he's going to do with that. But if Olumide Agbata comes to the scene, we see his campaign and we keep following. But if along the line his campaign is not what I expect, because it's Edo State all the time, then I will make my decision. But for now, come sunshine, come rain for Olumide Agbata, I have a full history on him, what he has done,
Let me throw this question up. Is those of us here, are you people happy that the interview today was centered on Edo State? There's nothing frivolous, no question. Everything was about the betterment or the good of Edo State and the Edo people. I mean, is it not?
Yeah, that's exactly the point I'm making.
Exactly.
You see, that's why I said my questions, they were not, it's not time to be asking technical questions that will undermine the person. We are talking about Edo State. That was why I fled up when Tiobala was trying to make comparison with Oyo State. No, we just want to know what's happening in Edo State.
Give us a man, they just zero him.
Please let's leave that alone because he's no longer here. Please.
Anyway, gentlemen, let me tell you people the truth. You know about politicians. I know I'm not Asue, but in his thinking, he will know that he met a very, very intelligent panelist.
He confirmed that. He confirmed that today.
Okay,
and there's no way I will finish without thanking Mr. Jonathan Kingsley. Thank you very much for the thought-provoking question.
Can I say this? I am still giving him an opportunity because he had just started. There are some key things I want him to address. And when he addresses it, I will know that he's ready. But there's some factors I will look very well. The factors I will look, one is political, is base, and the factor of the incumbent. That is what I will look. And I will ask him some fundamental questions concerning that and see how he's going to answer it. So the way we answer it will show me that he's a strong man that can lead Edo State. I don't have any candidate now. I have to listen to all of them.
Olumide all the way. Olumide
okay.
For now, please. LP.
Let me quickly come.
Olumide for now. Olumide Agbata.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
No,
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, my wonderful people. Now, God, I go bless you now. Thank you. Before I start, Dr. Aswen said I should thank every one of you. You know, he passed so much thanks and said he's looking forward to engaging all of us again. You know, so and he said he would have loved to even stay 4 hours, if not because he was already scheduled for another appointment. You know that our platform is very, very educative. That he liked to learn from the people. You know, so I just thought I should pass it on this because I would have passed it tomorrow, but that will be on another video. You know, I wanted to tally with this video here, and I want to use the opportunity to thank every one of you that passed your questions today respectfully. May God bless you all. Like I normally say on this platform, it's not just August, mute yourself, Nagakri. You can't be typing all the time to disrupt the video. Thank you. You know, wait till the talk is not safe. All right. So I would like to thank every one of you for your time, for passing your questions respectfully. Now God will bless you now. I will also urge every one of you to please, when we bring either Olumude here or Mode Okpeolo, let's replicate and do the same thing again. We should always know that when we respect our guests, they will want to come back to you again. If you disrespect them, they have the right not to ever come to your platform again. Not be you born them, not be you they pay their bills. So we should all know that. So, and also, we also need to know that media platforms are a bit competitive, and also very, very comparison in terms of the effort everybody is putting in. So Dr. Asue came in here today. Now, one of the two things that he said that I might not go in here is that it shows that he have been everywhere, but the difference is here. You see, the difference is here. So when I'm telling you guys that you guys are wonderful, that I'm learning from you guys, but quickly, Madam Luke, Oga Aswen said I should thank you for the prayers. You prayed for him. That was wonderful. I didn't see that coming, So I just want to say, let's continue what we are doing. It's obvious now that we are fighting for a better Nigeria. We are not biased on this platform. We talk here, we yell, we shout, we do everything. Everybody can now see now that, yes, what we are doing here is for better Nigeria. So, yes, next week, once the appointment is cemented, 12 hours before time, I'll let you guys know the next person that is coming so that we can do it all over again. So, and yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Oga, thank you very much for the help, because you did a lot for me that time. The attack was just like a missile. It was like a missile, continuous missile.
But at this, sorry, Niger Watch, at this time, you're supposed to hazard against who they attack you like this now. You're supposed to
I don't know.
Don't mind me. You sit down there in London and keep getting attacked every day. It doesn't put any protection.
Niger Watch, they attack you. You need to find something that will filter the messengers that you're getting on YouTube, because that's where they enter. When they throw something, they'll throw it as a word, it will attack you.
That one,
that is what this. That's what this hackers do.
Technology. Yes, so yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what they use that now.
The latest one. Yes, sir.
I say, Madalu, after she don't pray for her, you go score a 0. You don't cover.
No. You didn't understand my
Madalu did not score him.
That is my Madam Luke. Correct.
I tell you.
All politicians.
Thank you.
100%.
Even if Olumide comes,
you go pray for him.
You pray for her, then you score a 0.
Yes, because you see, the thing is that you have to score them so that they can do better. I can't praise anybody.
I like that.
No, there's logic to what she's saying now, because you can't be sure. They will just say stuff. They have not proven anything.
You can start with 0 first before you begin get pass mark now, Abi.
Now political base, they drag them down. And the political base,
you score a 0. You score based on past antecedents.
Exactly, and then I'll go pray for them. Make God touch their hearts. That's the only thing I can do.
What Madam Luke is saying, I support her, because she wants to, from this beginning, put them under pressure.
Exactly.
That's what I did with Obaseki. I supported Obaseki with this platform from day one. He was sworn into office. I started lambasting and checkmating him. I was not. Some people thought maybe we are just on air only. No, we're on ground. Camera on ground. Everything on ground. My voice on ground. So it doesn't mean anything that you hate anybody. You just want to put them under pressure to do more. So yes,
that's it.
For me, in terms of scoring and not scoring, it's not my duty to do that. But let's bring all of them first, and we'll not get to know. Campaign will start very soon. Madam Rita, thank you very much. I can see you. Thank you very much, my people.
Sorry, let me just add this. One has to admit that it's quite unique to have somebody pray for a politician, then go and score them 0. So that I think I see that is quite unique. That's classic. I have to give it to Madam Luke there. After you pray for him, he scored the guy 0. It's unbelievable.
Madam Luke has been very, very expressive. You know where she stands at every point in time. Either you like her for it, or you hate her for it.
You know, like and you jump, it catch firewood. You don't send anybody.
This it's only those of us here, say 10 of us, you can know what each person is thinking. I told him when at the beginning, I said, Edo indigenes, home and abroad, are tuned in to listen to you. So the conversation is in the air. After the end, people will take it home and they start to digest and make an opinion. So that is the opinion. Only because we know Madam Luke, we've heard what she said. What of those at home all over the world? Do you know what people are saying? Those that will still watch it tomorrow will score their own. So to me, I'm not really particular about Mark. What I want to see is there are still, if I have opportunity, there are some of these questions we have to go to sort of pinning him down, let him now be specific. When you like what Jonathan asking, the commissioners, have you not finished consulting them? Is there no 2 or 3 names you have in mind so that we know the character that will work with you? That's a very pertinent question. It's about Edo State. It's not personal. It's not personal. We only want to know. If you say you are good, we want to know those that will be with you too. We want to know who they are. That is
Mr. CM.
Like, yes, please.
Mr. CM. You see, we have 3 political parties that are coming in here. We are praying that we get more. You see, APC, PDP, if they have good candidates, and what they need to do, they have to really shift themselves and perform excellently well, because the party itself has thrown an arrow into the heart and the fabrics of every Nigerian. So they need to perform excellently well and deal with issues and go to the fundamentals and deal with it to appease the minds of the Nigerians. That is what they need to do. They don't need to bring up fat infrastructures for us.
Is it before being elected or after
before being elected? They have to really do a good, diligent work in convincing people. It's not about when I'm trying to say something, somebody will be chastising me. You are doing a disservice to your candidate. I don't care.
Let me tell you, Black Panther, it won't be a walk in the park for Labour Party, despite they've not been in government in Edo State before. It won't be easy.
I know it will not be easy, but it will be tougher for the two parties than tougher for LP. Because LP can really they have to look at those 2 parties and use the disadvantage of those parties and make it an advantage to them. But I'm not choosing any party, but everybody, I'm playing everybody equal. Let me listen to the personality. I'm going to convince the people of Edo State. That is all. You have to do a good job.
Remember, anybody in Labour Party is not starting politics anew. It's either he left PDP to Labour or APC to Labour. When a thief changes
exactly,
I still be thief. A thief where they live a thief where they live for upper Sakpoba can go to Siluko Street. When he
you are right now. That is why I'm putting up there on a plane.
So when they say na up and I be thief, all the people where they up and the people where they Siluko no be anybody which if you change address, now the same thing. So the thing is, to be honest, this is a good exercise. Whether they like, because it is that we don't really assess. Although you can never know everything. Those that still want to, the one question I wanted to put, I don't know whether it is it might not be tolerated here, is that, but let me say it here because there's no candidate. Look at the people in the face and tell them you won't thief their money. Can you commit to that?
Simple.
And CM, I have to give CM credit. I think the preambles, like the things you were saying to him before you even went on to questioning, he was listening to them. And those things are actually quite powerful. You were like trying to highlight to him how important what he's here for, and how it's for the people and all those sort of things. And when you were putting it, the way you were putting it to him is quite important. And I hope Nigeria Watch picks up on that too.
It's true. So you see, well, I wanted this, but I said I didn't clear it with Nigeria Watch. If not, I will say, okay. Now the last question for you is look in the camera.
And you itemize your question about 3 of them.
And tell Edo people, home and their abroad, say, my brother, my sister, I don't go thief on money.
I don't go thief on money.
They no man. You go hard though.
You know what you talking.
No, listen.
You don't go fit talk the political base too strong.
Listen. Do you know why I'm saying this? Do you know why I'm saying this? We all know that the problem in Nigeria is people will enter office and start to be thief.
Nothing more.
From Borno down to Lagos to Cross River to Sokoto cross.
All of them.
Mr. CM, are you trying to tell me in my own submission, or you are agreeing in the same line of what I'm saying, that Nigeria is not practicing democracy but kleptocracy? Thank you.
Everybody agree with you now. Everybody's in line with you.
Of course.
Why are we where we are if not because
Stiliocracy.
Why are we here if not be say that they do bad thing?
Good evening, no.
Mr. Rita still talks nothing.
Before Margarita talk, I beg. Let me quickly appreciate those of you that supported the channel today. Adelaja Gobi, thank you very much. Amazing Grace USA, Martin Benjamin, thank you, Dr. Alexander Gomez, LP Ashoko, thank you very much, ma. Thank you, the Grace King, thanks for becoming a member with Nigeria Watch platform. Thank you very much. I appreciate every one of you right there. Thank you, Dr. Alexander Gomez, once more, and every one of you that called into the show. Now, God will bless you. Now, those of you that were occupying the comment section, thank you very much. We appreciate you all. It's a collective effort on this platform. Nobody's perfect. Continue to manage us, and we are doing our best to also entertain you as well. So continue to encourage us to do more for you. And God bless you. Now let's hear from Madarita. Madarita, please go ahead. Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening to everybody, and my darling mommy diaspora, my brothers and sisters in the comment section. You know, throughout the interview, I was singing one song in my head: "No more bad government, Nigeria Watch." I don't know, for some reason I was just singing it in my head. The voice of the voiceless.